How to choose homeschool curriculum. This video is all about that. I'm giving you only the practical steps. This is our second homeschool year. But why I'm qualified to teach you how to choose proper curriculum? Well, because by my experience, when I choose curriculum for the last year, 90% of curriculum I was happy about, and 90% of our curriculum worked for us. So I'm giving you this advice, and it would be a crime to keep those tips for myself. So before we will go to the practical steps, I want to talk about what to consider before you start. First of all, it's your lifestyle. Are you a busy mom? Are you working maybe part-time or full-time? Do you have multiple children to teach? And even if you're a homestay mom, how busy are you? Maybe you have a toddler or a baby. So all those criteria are very important before you choose a curriculum. Second criteria is, how do your children learn the best? Some children learning by hearing, some children learning by looking at it, visual, some children learning hands-on. The other thing is how much time you have to spend on actual process of choosing curriculum. The other criteria, do you want secular curriculum or you want a Christian curriculum? And the last criteria, but not least, your budget. So if you're just starting by going through this criteria, you will narrow down your choices already by 50%, if not more. So keeping in mind all these criteria, now let's go through practical steps. So the first step, follow every homeschool mom that you know and beg them the advice. Maybe it's a mom in your area you know. Maybe it's mom in your church or homeschool board that you picked. That's also a great opportunity to make friends before you start. Ask moms who've been homeschooling for a while before you which curriculum works for them and why. Ask them cons and pros. That will help you a lot, and those are probably advices that you're actually gonna research for later. Also a helpful tip, if you have opportunity, ask them to come and visit them. I know it's a little bit awkward. Come to their house. I'm sure they will be okay with that. Come to their house and look through these curriculums that they're advising. You always see better when you look at it. You always understand better when you open the actual book. You'll get a feeling if it's right for you or not. Second step, make a detailed list what subject you want your children to go through this year. For every child you have, make a list. I have 3 children. What I did a table where I put all my children and then I wrote for each child which subject I want them to learn. Also, at this step, it's useful if you will divide subjects which you want to teach your children together and which subject you want your children to learn individually. That depends a lot on the level of your children. You know your children, how they learn, what level they are and what they're more apt to in their learning or specific subjects. Like for example, children who love math might need absolutely different curriculum than child who absolutely hates math or have nothing to do with mathematical kind of mind, like me. Okay, after you've done all the list of subjects that you want to cover this year, this particular year, third step is to make a list of every single curriculum that you heard about, that you saw on YouTube, that you saw on social media, or that those homeschooling moms recommended for you. Make a brain dump on the list. Any curriculum that you heard about, like Math Mamas, Singapore Math, Hands-on Math, UC Math, just write it down and have it in front of you visually. Also divide those subjects by your children. Step number 4. Now, literally, that might be lame, but that's exactly what I've done. I went to YouTube because I'm a visual person and I want to see what I'm getting in before I buy. I went to YouTube. In the search, I typed Math Mamas or Math UC curriculum. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that shows you curriculum inside, a lot of videos that actually talk about it, reviewing the specific curriculum. This is so very helpful. This was so helpful for me. That's why I decided actually to do a YouTube channel, because I want to return. I want to have a community with people, and I know how helpful it is for other moms, especially for those who just started homeschooling. That might take some time to go through every single curriculum that you wrote on your list, but trust me, this is so worth it. You will save time later. You will save your children later by not switching curriculum in the middle of the year. You will save maybe tons of money because you will not have to buy several curriculums because you were rushing and you bought a wrong curriculum. You don't want to do that. So spend your time watching those videos. While you're watching, make notes. What do you like about that specific curriculum? What you don't like about it? Again, make specific table of information that you are receiving from these videos. While you're watching, go to the website of the publisher of this curriculum. And on the website, you always can find sample pages. You can download them, you can print them. There is sample lessons that you can actually practically try. See how much your child likes it, see how much he learns from this. So remember, you don't have to buy before you try it. Use that option. It's so helpful. For example, if it's maths lessons for living education, which is publisher is Masterbooks, go to the masterbooks.com. They have printables for every single curriculum on their website. Print it out, look around, try it. Okay, so while you're learning about the specific curriculum, write plus and minus. Okay, next, when you're done doing this is the biggest part, biggest step of this, the whole process, but it's gonna get easier. When you're done, narrow down 2 curriculums that you like. It might be 3 or 2 curriculums for each subject. So then make another list. Right, for each child, 2 or 3 curriculum for each subject. Again, make it visual so it's easy for you, it's not overwhelming on your brain. I know how much it's easier when you put it all down on a paper and it's all neat. It might be just me, but it's so helpful to keep it all neat. That's why your brain stays not cluttered. You just dumping it all on the paper, and it helps you so much to find the curriculum that you really need. Okay, when you're done that, there is a next step. Before I go to the next step, I have to mention a huge help for me was the channel Homeschool On by Rebecca Spooner. That's the most useful channel that helped me to narrow down my curriculum choices. Okay, and the last step, I a little bit jumped out and talked about it already, but now it's a little bit more detail on how to do it. When you narrow down by 1 or 2 curriculums, go to official website of that curriculum. What we're doing on this step, we are writing down prices, shipping, and then compare those curriculums. Now what's important, when you've done that, pick one curriculum that fits your budget, that fits your lifestyle, that fits your child, and then click buy. Buy the curriculum, stick with it for a while. Don't switch curriculums right away because it usually takes 2 months or so to realize, is it actually working for your family or your child? Don't get discouraged too soon though. So don't be discouraged if you pick 1 or 2 curriculum and they don't work for you. It's okay, it's totally normal. There's people who switch in curriculums throughout the year 5 or 3 times. This is normal. Especially if it's your first year, you will still learn how your children learning because if you had no experience, you cannot tell. But stick to what you've got for now, for at least for the first 3 or 2 months. You have to start somewhere. Let that endless doubt won't stop you from actually starting your homeschooling. And the bonus tip. Many publishers allow you to buy only first semester books or some part of the curriculum that's divided. You don't have to buy the whole year. You can only buy, for example, let's say 1 month, like Get Around offers 1 month's curriculum. You can try it for 1 month. If it doesn't work, you didn't lose money buying the whole year. So let me show you quickly the examples of different styles of curriculums because I didn't bought boxed curriculum. Actually, that's an option if you are super busy and you don't want to spend much time by picking actual curriculum. You only have to research boxed curriculums. You have everything you need in that package. So I didn't buy a boxed curriculum. What I used is I pick every single curriculum for every single child. But the point is I only do math and language arts separately for all of my children. All the rest of the subject we are doing together, and that's huge time saver. It's a huge curriculum money saver. I mean, because you only have to buy 1 book and you use it with all 3 of your children. So let me show you what I mean. Let's start from the mathematics. If you watch my other video, you've probably seen this one already. It's so easy on my children and so easy on me. They do it all by themselves. I just check some of my children and some children even check it by themselves because answers are also included in a separate booklet. So this one is very easy curriculum if you have child who loves to work individually by themselves. They don't need your help. This is the one to choose. It's super affordable, let me tell you, especially if you buy PDFs. So on the website of Math Mama's curriculum, there is always discounts that's going on and you can buy the whole bundle. For example, I bought grades from 4 to 7, only for $100. This is insane. I love that stuff. The same is the language art curriculums, which is separate for all of my children. Super affordable, super simple, super easy, so simple. Oh, I just love this curriculum. Now I'll show you a couple of subjects that we are doing together and what I love. This one is a history curriculum. This is from Masterbooks. I love this curriculum. I'm enjoying to read it to my children, and we learn together. We have awesome discussions together all the time. Highly recommend this one, or at least research on it. The other favorite from Masterbooks is the science curriculum. We also read it together and we discuss it together. Pretty much all the rest of our subjects are concentrated in this unit studies. This is from Gather Round Homeschool. This is teacher guide. We read from the teacher guide, and children have their notebooks where they're doing their assignments after we're done reading this. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. First of all, I hope it was very useful for you and in some way eased your life. And also please write what else you want to learn about homeschooling. I'm gladly accepting all the suggestions because you want this be a community, and I also want to make videos that are useful. Please subscribe for more videos like this. See you in the next video. Step number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I told you, no mess.